I wanted to have a conversation about being a creative and dealing with the depression and anxiety. I had to take a break for a couple of days, and honestly, I'm kind of glad I did. I was going through a lot, and I'll probably talk about that a little bit more. But I wanted to be real because I think that is something I've always prided myself of being, as just being honest about what is going on, the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the beautiful, the interesting, all of that. So being a creative, I love doing it. I am appreciative of being able to do something that I love and be able to make, some money off of it. But I think this is one of the things where people talk about, oh, you're an entrepreneur, you're making money, you cool, you don't have your own boss, you don't have all of that. But honestly, I do. My boss is a little bit more like have an asshole compared to your traditional supervisor or whatever. So I'll explain this. Listen to me. The creative process, my creative process, and a lot of other creators' process is they feel this happiness, this excitement to be able to create something. Rather it's written content, and sometimes depression can make some good written content too. But sometimes it's written, visual, audio, all of that. So we go in this, and I wouldn't even necessarily say emotions feel that. So we will say that emotions feel this, and then the creativity oftentimes flows out of it. So for me, when I'm in a very, very good place and I'm very happy, the content is good because I'm out here enjoying, I'm out here like, yes, and getting, just feeling good talking about the topic, giving my opinions, making jokes and stuff, and coming up with things off the dime off my head. So when that is disrupted and my creative process is like shaken, as far as like I'm going through a depression or anxiety, or I'm just not feeling like I'm going through something, that cuts my creativity off. And then therefore, I'm not producing content. And the content is not being viewed. People have concerns. People are trying to figure out what's going on. The content is not the same. What's the tea? So people are not watching, which then affects my income, which doesn't allow me to pay certain bills or to be able to funnel that money into other projects that are just as fun. So, and then in that process of all that going on, I'm now thinking about, hey, I'm not feeling good, which is messing up me doing content, which is messing up me making money, which is messing up, like I'm thinking about all these things going on, like this down waterfall of things that are going down. Like it starts from here and it goes down. So I think this is one of the things that I want people to know about being a creative, because people love to say, oh, you're an entrepreneur, you're making money, you're good, you're doing your own thing. But it is extremely difficult, because I feel like so often, especially us YouTubers, the way the model is that put out content, and then the moment that you stop, people probably are not going to be interested because they can go find some other content somewhere else. That's what I think I like about me, is that I'm able to connect with you all and have conversations like you all have grew up with me. Anytime I do a live or anything, you always come back and tell me about, just I remember you was working at Olive Garden, I remember you was in the military, I remember you had the short hair, I remember you were like this and that. Like, you all know these moments of me. So it's not just, you consume the content I'm putting, but you have more of a personal connection with me. Like, I'm like your family member, your friend, all of that. So you're going to be a little bit more invested in me than the other folks who are just putting out like massive content and there's no connection. Here's the issue with that, is that once that cuts off, I can't create content, which would messes up the money flow. And it hasn't as of right now, because I think I've done a good job of putting out content, but right now the last couple of days I've had a burnout, and I honestly got in front of the camera a couple of times, and the content wasn't coming out. I didn't feel like creating. I have these other projects that I'm working on, and I'm just kind of like, I don't feel like it. And I didn't want to get in front of the camera or get in front of the mic or get in front of my computer and try to work on some stuff, and then the energy is not there, and I'm not creating something that is like value, because I don't value it in that moment. So I think what the thing is, I try to make sure, because I've noticed this with a lot of other creators, is that sometimes we rely on like drugs and alcohol and other things to make us feel this, to be able to create the content. And I feel like I have to watch myself, because it'll be easy for me to do all of these things, to rely on alcohol, to be on like taking pills and stuff and doing all these things to make me feel good, because I'm not relying on the authentic stuff that was making me want to create content. I'm relying on this. And too much of anything can be a bad thing. So if I'm like consuming this is no longer where I'm going. I'm not going to this space to be able to get like my creativeness anymore. I'm going to this drug or this whatever to make me create content. And to make me feel this, to be able to create some stuff. And then it's hard for people who watch to be able to notice the difference, because it's like, oh girl, the stuff looks good, it's fine. Like, I don't see no issues. Look like they're more positive, look like they got more energy. But the truth of the matter is that you won't be able to see the signs, because if you be in front of this camera or doing this enough, I can easily make it seem like I'm doing pretty good. Like, we see that with people doing that with their lives on social media and cropping and editing out things that might not be perceived as good to make it seem like their relationship or they're financially stable, all that things. Like, those things happen. So what do you think for somebody who gets in front of the camera, who gets in the mic, or someone who is doing this? How do you think that you won't be able to tell what is going on, because they've done such a good job of covering it up and making it seem like everything is okay, and it's not. And I think that's the dangerous side of being a creative. That is the dangerous side of doing this stuff, because people can't often tell when something is off. So I'm saying all that to say, to make sure you're checking on your creatives, make sure you're checking on folks who do stuff like myself, because sometimes they ain't doing the best. Sometimes they're not doing the best, and it might seem like it, but it's not. So I think that's what I was doing yesterday, or whatever day that happened. I posted, and I just was honest. I was like, I wanted to get in front of the camera and talk, but it wasn't because I felt like I need to and like it's fun, I'm ready to talk to my folks. It's because I need to do this to be able to make some money. Like, I need to be able to do it. And I never want to get in front of the camera or put out content because solely based off of money. Like, yeah, I like to make a little coin to be able to take my ass down and go get some lemon pepper wings. But at the same time, I want to be authentic and real whenever I'm in front of this, because I enjoy doing that. And I don't want to be relying on other things to make me feel some type of way to get in front of the camera and be able to do these things. That's why every once in a while I'll probably have a drink. But I'm not one of those folks that drink and do videos and stuff every once in a while or whatever. But I know that when you become like reliant on that, it's kind of hard to kick it off because it makes you feel good. So I just want to have this truthful conversation. Just be thinking about me. I'm doing a little better, but this weekend was very, very rough for me. I'm not going to get into the details too much, but I am going through something that is kind of shaking me to my core, and I feel like that I'm going to miss out on someone I care about a lot, and that scares me. And I don't think it's the fact that I'm going to be alone. I think it's just that I really do care about this person. So it's just a lot, and I just want to be honest. Like, people can make their jokes and say whatever and da 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 da, but at the same time, to the folks who really enjoy me and like me as a person, I want to be honest with them and let them know what's going on. 'Cause I know sometimes when folks smell blood in the water, they be like, I'm finna bite this, I'm finna get into it, Johnson J is vulnerable, King of Reeds is vulnerable, let me get to him. But I think that I just really don't care. I think I've been through a lot on this social media stuff that, I think that it's not, it could, but at the same time, I'm built like Teflon, like, sis, it's gonna take a lot to be able to get to me when it comes to the social media stuff. Like, I've heard a lot of stories. I see some folks, what they be saying about me and everything, so I think I've grown to the point that I know what triggers me and what makes me unhappy when looking at people, how they judge me and stuff or whatever. And because I just been through a lot of shit on this damn shit. Y'all know what it was a couple years ago. Y'all know what the tea is. But I love y'all so much. I am currently working on some stuff. I'm trying to get my spirit in a good place. My birthday is next month. I did want to throw a birthday dinner, invite you all. But honestly, I just haven't had the energy to get it together. I'm trying to work on it. I can't make any promises right now because my spirit just ain't in it right now. But if anything else has changed and I do the birthday dinner, you will find out on YouTube or Instagram, and you will be able to purchase the tickets if I do it on kingofreach.com. I do have those who sent me an email and said, hey, like, I want to come to this birthday dinner. Let me know what it is so I can go ahead and book my flights and stuff. So just allow me to give me some time to be able to get like my spirit back together, and I will definitely let you all know what is going on. I love you so much, my King of Reach family. Until next time, I'll talk to you later on tonight. Bye.